Daily Landsblog for the 6th of June, 2020. After 5 days of Isolation Nation, and still, for me, the best experience that I've had in years, and maybe ever. Just the joy of being able to do something of significance in a way that is all ours. You know, it's cool not to have a boss, not to have an employer when it comes to producing something that you think is really important. So June the 6th, June 6th. How do I know June the 6th? Help me out, Case.
DDay.
DDay! That's right. And of course I knew that because I'm obsessed with World War II. And I was thinking about DDay, and I was thinking about World War II, and I was thinking about Drew Brees, who referred to his grandfathers who one landed in Iwo Jima. I was actually interviewing him, and he told me the story about how when he went to visit Iwo Jima, he called his grandfather from the exact place that he landed, which I thought was really cool. But I just, I'm kind of horrified that so many gave up so much in that fight for freedom, in that fight against oppression, in that fight so we could live our lives in this amazing society. And here we are, how many years later? 76 years later? And we still, a black man can still not drive in a car in many cities in the United States without being looked at skeptically. That a police officer, and this is the worst part about it, that a police officer could murder an African-American man knowing that there's cameras everywhere, that he will be seen on tape, knowing and still not being afraid to do something that in theory should send him to jail for the rest of his life. I just wonder if you could go back in time and you could go on to one of the landing crafts, and if you could say to one of the guys, hey, anyone, one of you guys want to get out of here for a sec? I think they go, yeah, although they were pretty committed to the cause, obviously. And you could go into the future, and you could go to this week in the future and say, that's what lies ahead. That's what you're fighting for. They might look at that and go, wow, and then they're back on the ship, on the landing craft, and they're wondering, is this really worth it? And is this what I want to give up my life for? And of course the answer is yes, but still I think they'd be horrified to know that this is where we are. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 300, whoa. We were at 400, right, Case?
400 a week ago.
Okay, you give me a number.
412.
412 days a year. That's because we do Isolation Nation 5 days a week, and we'll continue that on Monday. But for right now, June the 6th, think about it. And think about what you think. Think about what you think. How do you react when you hear someone say,
Sorry.
You got a bug, Case?
It flew at me.
Okay, just the phrase, Black Lives Matter, or all lives matter. What comes to mind when you think of that? I won't talk about that tomorrow, but I think it'll tell you a lot about who you are and whether you need to do some work. Okay, Case, wrap it up, and now go take care of the bug.
I'm out of here.